The human body is more than a vessel of flesh and bone. It is a sacred circuit of energy, an alchemical temple where divine forces flow in hidden patterns. In this temple resides the eternal seed, a golden essence that holds the blueprint of creation itself. This essence, when preserved and transformed through awareness, becomes the key to awakening the God within. The practice of semen retention, in its truest sense, is not about suppression but about transmutation, turning the raw fire of desire into the radiant light of higher consciousness. In every ancient culture, the concept of conserving life force appeared under different names. The sages of the East spoke of ojas and chi, the subtle fluids that nourish spirit and mind. In the West, alchemists called it the elixir of life, or the philosopher's stone, the mysterious substance capable of turning base metal into gold. Modern science may describe it in terms of hormones, neurotransmitters, and cellular energy, but the essence remains the same. This fluid carries life itself. To waste it carelessly is to dim one's own inner sun. To preserve it consciously is to ignite evolution from within. Modern society, however, has forgotten this sacred art. Pleasure has become instant, and the body once viewed as a divine instrument is now treated as entertainment. The average man has been trained to chase desire without understanding it, to burn his energy faster than his purpose can grow. This is why so many feel hollow despite indulgence. They have mistaken the flicker of gratification for the flame of fulfillment. Semen retention reverses that motion. It turns the seeker inward, back toward the root of power, asking, what happens when the seed of creation is not spilled outward but directed upward? Biologically, semen retention influences the entire hormonal orchestra of the body. Studies have shown that abstaining from release for even a short period can elevate testosterone levels, sharpen memory, and heighten alertness. The body begins to recycle vital proteins, minerals, and enzymes that would otherwise be lost. The pineal gland, long considered the seat of spiritual vision, becomes more active when the nervous system is not drained by constant stimulation. The mind steadies, impulses fade, and the man becomes rooted, less reactive, more creative, and intensely alive. Science may describe these as biochemical benefits, but mystics have always known this to be the first spark of transformation. Across traditions, this transformation was seen as sacred. The yogis of India spoke of brahmacharya, not merely as celibacy, but as the redirection of sexual energy toward divine realization. Taoist masters describe the microcosmic orbit, a circuit of energy that rises from the base of the spine to the crown and returns, nourishing every cell along the way. Early Christian mystics viewed chastity as a gateway to inner clarity, while Buddhist monks saw desire as a flame to be observed and transcended. Each language differed, yet all pointed to one universal truth, that man's generative energy, when refined, becomes spiritual energy. In the modern world, semen retention is no longer just a religious act. It is a rebellion against spiritual laziness. It is the conscious refusal to let one's energy be hijacked by the digital flood of lust, distraction, and cheap dopamine. The man who practices retention in today's world is not running from women, nor rejecting intimacy. He is reclaiming his sovereignty. He recognizes that his sexual energy is not an endless well, but a sacred currency. To waste it on fantasy is to bankrupt his focus. To channel it into work, art, or purpose is to become a living magnet of creation. When desire is not acted upon compulsively, it begins to rise through the nervous system like vapor through a distiller. The same energy that once pulled a man outward now pulls him upward. He feels this as heightened awareness, confidence, and inner warmth. His eyes sharpen, his posture strengthens, and his voice deepens. Subtle signs that his system is reorganizing itself around purpose. This is not superstition, but biology in harmony with willpower. Every drop of preserved essence becomes fuel for transformation. As ancient adepts taught, when the lower nature is mastered, the higher nature awakens. In relationships, this transformation becomes magnetic. Women are instinctively drawn to a man whose energy circulates within him rather than leaking outward. Such a man radiates quiet confidence, a sense of calm power that needs no validation. He does not chase, he attracts. His presence feels safe yet electrifying. This is the biological reflection of spiritual balance. Testosterone meets serenity, passion meets purpose. The feminine senses that his desire is not desperation, but devotion, a current of fire refined into warmth. Through him, attraction becomes a mirror of spiritual polarity, not lustful chaos. In the professional world, this same energy manifests as focus and creativity. Retention heightens dopamine regulation, which governs motivation and long-term reward. The man who once sought quick pleasure now finds joy in building, leading, and mastering. The energy that once escaped through indulgence now fuels projects, businesses, and artistic expression. Many great thinkers, athletes, and inventors throughout history have practiced some form of retention, not as superstition, but because they understood its link to endurance and insight. By conserving life energy, they conserved inspiration itself. Emotionally, the practitioner begins to sense his inner flame. This is why retention is often called the silent fire. It does not roar outwardly. It glows inwardly, melting fear, anxiety, and weakness. As this fire grows, it illuminates the shadow, the suppressed emotions, addictions, and doubts that once controlled him. Retention forces a man to confront himself. Without the escape of release, he must face the raw energy of desire and transmute it into discipline. In doing so, he learns that true masculinity is not about dominance, but self-mastery. He becomes a calm storm, powerful yet contained. Spiritually, this practice reconnects man to the eternal pattern of creation. The same energy that forms galaxies and stars flows through his veins. When retained, it reawakens the memory of divine origin. Meditation deepens, intuition sharpens, and synchronicities appear. It feels as if the universe begins to respond to his inner coherence. Many describe a sensation of light moving through the spine, or a vibration in the forehead, the awakening of subtle centers once dormant. These are signs of the inner seed unfolding. The God within is not external, it is the highest potential of one's own consciousness. Yet, this journey is not without tests. The same energy that uplifts can consume if not balanced with awareness. The beginner may feel restlessness, frustration, or overwhelming urges. This is where discipline and meditation become essential. The energy must be guided, not suppressed. Breathwork, exercise, cold exposure, and creative work are the conduits through which the fire can flow safely. As the body adapts, the energy refines itself, becoming light, wisdom, and will. The seed, once raw, becomes radiant. Different traditions offer different metaphors, but all speak of inner alchemy. The yogi calls it kundalini, the Taoist names it jingtushan, the mystic calls it divine fire. Modern psychology might call it sublimation, but beneath the language lies one reality: transformation through integration. When sexual energy is neither denied nor indulged, but consciously directed, it bridges body and spirit. The individual evolves from instinct to intuition, from reaction to creation. This is the essence of the sacred masculine, to turn chaos into cosmos within. In modern life, this practice is not about escaping desire, but refining it. Sexual energy is not evil. It is the pulse of existence. The sun burns, the heart beats, the seed yearns, all expressions of the same creative force. The key is not repression, but redirection. To feel desire without being enslaved by it is to hold fire without burning. Retention gives a man this power. He no longer seeks to conquer others, he conquers himself. In that mastery, he becomes capable of love without dependency, passion without destruction, and intimacy without weakness. Over time, the retained energy rewires the nervous system. The mind becomes sharper, sleep deeper, and emotional volatility fades. The immune system strengthens, and the aura of vitality becomes visible to others. Science might explain this as hormonal optimization or increased dopamine sensitivity, but the mystic knows it as resonance, the alignment of body, mind, and spirit. When this alignment is sustained, life itself begins to harmonize. Opportunities arise, relationships improve, and success feels effortless because the man vibrates with coherence. Yet, the greatest gift of semen retention is not power, but peace. As the energy circulates within, the seeker realizes that fulfillment was never external. The same force that could create a child can also create inner bliss. Through retention, man becomes whole. He no longer seeks completion through others because he has awakened his own divine polarity, the masculine and feminine within him united. This union births serenity. The storm of lust becomes the stillness of light. The eternal seed blossoms into wisdom. In today's fast-paced world, such peace is revolutionary. Surrounded by digital temptation and sensory overload, the modern man who practices retention walks against the current. But it is in this resistance that he finds freedom. While others are drained by indulgence, he is charged by restraint. His focus sharpens, his goals solidify, and his energy radiates. He moves through life with quiet intensity, grounded yet inspired. To those around him, he seems mysterious. They cannot see the inner furnace, only the light it emits. This light is not arrogance, but presence. Presence is what women feel before words, what opportunities sense before arriving. Presence is the invisible magnet of success. It cannot be faked because it is born from the stillness of mastered energy. Every man who practices semen retention with sincerity becomes a beacon of this presence. He does not need to proclaim his strength, it speaks through his calm eyes and steady heart. The world, subconsciously, recognizes divinity when it walks in human form. In the final stage of this path, the man transcends even the idea of retention. It becomes natural, effortless. He no longer battles lust. He has integrated it. His body becomes an instrument of awareness. His desire, a vehicle of compassion. This is the true awakening of the God within, not a being of dogma, but of consciousness. He realizes that he was never separate from creation, that his seed and the stars are made of the same essence. Retention was only the door. Awakening is the journey beyond it. And so, semen retention is not a rule, but a revelation, a rediscovery of sacred power within modern chaos. It teaches that discipline is freedom, that energy is divinity, and that the body itself is a temple of transformation. Through this path, the ordinary man becomes extraordinary, not by becoming someone else, but by remembering who he truly is. The eternal seed was never lost. It only waited to be remembered. Through that remembrance, the God within rises, silent, radiant, and infinite. Now, before you go channel that incredible energy, you know the drill. Hit that like button to send a signal to the algorithm. And if you haven't yet joined the movement, smash subscribe right now. I want to know where the power is flowing from, so drop your location in the comments below. And for those deep questions and direct access, our Telegram channel is where the real growth happens. The link to join our inner circle is waiting for you in the description. Go be a force. Share this with one person who needs this fire today. Have a powerful day.